Have you, yes you, ever wondered what it's like to daily drive a Shelby GT350? Well, if the answer is yes, let's go. So this car doesn't need much of an introduction. Pretty much Shelby just takes Mustangs and soups them up and puts them on drugs. The end. I'm just kidding. This car is so much more than that. This is literally one of the best cars ever made. Definitely one of the best Mustangs, like top two. My personal favorite's probably got to be the 2014 GT500. But this thing is really up there. Everything about this car just screams to you race car. I mean, it's just like everything feels so good, from the shifts to the clutch being feather light. I mean, the suede wheel, just getting in this car is just opening up a whole new world of just totally different driving experience. Everything about this car just feels so balanced. I mean, you know exactly what gear you're going into. This Tremec 6-speed is just fantastic. I mean, it's just so good. If you guys watched the last video about the Jax orange Mustang that we saw at Winn-Dixie, I took it around the parking lot. It just doesn't drive anything like this. I mean, this car is just so refined, and you just know it's a Shelby Mustang. It's not just a regular Mustang GT. I mean, it's good. Something too to talk about is these Brembos. I think Gwen actually needs pads because they kind of squeak a little bit, but these Brembos regardless are just so good. I mean, you can just stop on a dime. These Recaros hold you nice and tight. Around corners, you don't even move at all. As crazy as this may sound, I mean, if you don't need like a car, like an SUV or a truck or something like that, you just need a car, this is a perfect daily driver. I mean, your fuel economy isn't the best, but who cares? You're in a Shelby Mustang. I mean, literally, what does it matter? Alright, so we switched over to this POV because it's kind of impossible to hold the camera up and drive a stick shift. Like, it's actually impossible. Else to say. I mean, I know this is probably gonna be like the most boring video you guys have probably ever watched, but it's just good. Like, everything about the car, I mean, the shifts are perfect. I mean, the Tremec is just so good. And this car specifically, it doesn't really like second, which is strange. I mean, I'm not sure why. It didn't do it that time, but sometimes it'll like jerk you a little bit. It may just be we need a driver mod, but I'm not quite sure. It's just so refined. I mean, that's kind of hard to say for a Mustang because Mustangs, you know, are rowdy and people drive them like complete buffoons, but this car is different. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's just a good overall balanced car. I mean, everything about it's just so good. And what I like about this compared to other cars is, like, I've driven Hellcats before and I've floored it, you know, doing 40 or 50, and you break the ass end loose. I mean, you're just fish and we actually didn't go out for Spirited Drive. We went out for groceries, and yes, we got groceries in this thing last night. But I did manage to get the ass end loose on this in second gear around a corner. I punched it, which is not the best idea, but I mean, it's fine. Nobody died, so. RPM though is kind of crazy. I mean, you're talking like Ferrari, Lamborghini, like, or red lines, like 8,000 RPM is just insanity listening to this. I mean, this car does have the MagnaFlow exhaust, and of course it's active just from the factory with the valves inside of it. It's just a different animal. We're gonna go around this corner and just. Like it just is so good. But going back to the Hellcat topic, Hellcats, when you drive them, they feel like they want to kill you. Like when you're driving a Hellcat, you know, like, hey, if I floor it from first gear, I'm gonna turn myself around 180. Like it's going to be like a catastrophe. Like you're gonna fucking wreck it. Like it's just. But this car, compared to other Mustangs, you floor it and you just feel comfortable. Like the car just makes you feel like you're a better driver than you probably are, and I'm speaking for example of myself. But it's just like, I don't want to say it's impossible to mess up, because you can mess up pretty easy and you can kill yourself in this car so fast, but just it doesn't make you feel like scared. Like, I mean, like in a Hellcat, you know, like you can't punch it. In this, if I need to punch it in second gear, I know I can fucking punch it straight and just go, like, with no problem at all. One of the cons about the GT350 is the Brembos, not the actual brake itself, but the brake dust. I literally did a full detail on this car maybe a week ago. I mean, the brake dust is just insane, but other than that, no complaints. Well, just got over here to my third stop out of 5, and I gotta say, the car is just perfect. Like, if you guys have ever driven a Mustang, like a GT or something, it's nothing like that. It's a totally different experience. Back in the Shelby, all errands are done, heading home. So the question of the day, can you daily drive a GT350? And the answer is yes. So to answer today's question, yes, you can daily drive a Shelby GT350. Keep in mind, this car only comes with a 6-speed manual transmission, so if that's a problem, then steer away from it. But if it's not a problem, go for it. The car is very loud as well, so if you don't care about your neighbors hating you, go for it. And you have to keep in mind, this car isn't a Mustang at the end of the day, so it doesn't have the best storage, you know, you would find in other cars. But if all those problems aren't an issue and you have 50 grand to spend, I would say go all in. Alrighty guys, that's gonna wrap up the video. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Stay tuned. Love you guys.